All right, welcome back. We have a little bit of a treat here for you. This is going to be an interesting one. It's going to be a good one. We have our good old buddy LaggingDog playing in the yellow here. They are playing. Hang on, let me take this off 8x speed. I was trying to speed through this game earlier to see what happened, to see if it was worth making a video. And I think it is. I think it is. I think you're going to like it. So we have our buddy LaggingDog here. He's still trying to climb his elo. He is playing as the Slavs. The Slavs have faster farming, I believe. Hang on, let me just double check that. Yeah, faster farming, arson, garrison free, siege workshops cost 50% cheaper, monks move faster, and of course they have the boyars, which are pretty awesome unique units. His teammate is BillyDown. Now BillyDown, I think, might be an alt account for someone, because they're pretty high on the 1v1 ladder, like a 39th overall. They play on PlayStation, and that's kind of unusual. There's not a lot of PlayStation players that high, and they've only been playing since like June, and they've won like 80% of their games. So they definitely like knew how to play when they first made this account. So I'm not sure if that's like an alt account for someone who's higher, but they're definitely a very solid player. Now on the other side, we have KKrieger here. KKrieger is playing as the Shoe. BillyDown's playing as the Woo, by the way. I'll give you a little insight on the Woo. So the Woo, basically, their infantry regenerates, which is awesome. Okay, so that's like the main thing. They also have the brain's not working right now. It's 7 in the morning. Sorry, the Jean Swordsman. That's what I want to say. They have the Jean Swordsman and the Haihuang Cavalry. Jean Swordsmen are like impervious to arrows essentially, and the Haihuang Cavalry are basically stronger knights. So they're pretty good, solid, very very solid civ. I think the Jean Swordsmen specifically are really good in Castle Age, but the Haihuang Cavalry are really good throughout the whole game, as long as you have the gold for them. So KKrieger over here is playing as the Shoe. Now the Shoe, I feel like they're a little bit of a divisive. Like they're really good civ, but they are, I think, I don't know, a little difficult to kind of like really master a little bit. But they do have their lumberjacks generate food, like a little trickle of food, which is really really nice. Throughout the whole game, you're just getting food from your lumberjacks. Normally in games, you don't need extra food like towards the end, so maybe it's like more of an early kind of a perk. Their archery techs are cheaper, so you can kind of get into your archery, your blacksmith stuff a little bit more affordably, a little bit faster usually, and their siege weapons move faster. That's really cool. Now something to note here: the Shoe and the Britons, which is KKrieger's teammate, they both have archer bonuses. So the Britons have, let's look at the Britons real quick. So the Britons' archery ranges work faster, right? And then they have really cheap town centers, and they have bigger, longer range on their archers. But it's a team bonus for the archery ranges to work faster. And if you look at the Shoe, their foot archers have a +2 line of sight. So they have, more vision on their archers, and they can build them faster right now. So that's pretty nice. Now their teammate here, Spasmodic, he's a little bit lower in terms of elo, and LaggingDog is a little bit lower in terms of elo. So it's kind of like two high-level players versus paired up with two like mid-level players, right? I call LaggingDog a noob in a lot of the videos, but he's really not a noob. Like he knows what he's doing. He's just not a top 100 player, a top 150. Like I think you start to get competent in like the top 200 or so. He's probably a little bit below that, like top like 250 maybe, something like that. But KKrieger over here, if you don't know, is number 9 on the ranked ladder right now, 1v1s. So KKrieger, very, very solid, like extremely solid. Definitely they're the favorites in this. So let's see where this goes. We have Spasmodic coming out here to kill their deer, kill their hunt. Some players, this is on what do you call this? Hideout, right? It usually says the name of the map here. It doesn't say it here. It's weird. But yeah, this is on Hideout. So obviously Hideout, you start with a big, massive wood line in the middle, kind of in a big X right now, and you all have these little palisade walls. So you have the illusion of safety, but realistically, any early units can break through palisade walls pretty quickly, even archers. So there's not too much safety going on. But BillyDown has an early attack. Remember, the infantry regenerate for the woo. So infantry early, at any point, infantry is really good for the woo. And they are here, and they are going to do some damage. Let's see what they got. And these villagers are trying to fight off... they're trying to fight off the man-arms. Man-arms don't have any upgrades on them, so they probably can. There's enough villagers here, but there's a lot of idle time from Spasmodic here. And they're going to go off of the food and go onto stone. Was this scout? But Spasmodic does not have any army whatsoever. Spasmodic does not have a barracks yet either. That's rough. Let's see what's going on over here. So LaggingDog, this is gonna be. I'm just gonna kind of like watch this game and kind of, you know, see what's going on in the game. But you know, usually I try to give LaggingDog some advice here. But it looks like they're playing pretty well. What's the idle TC? 2 minutes idle TC, LaggingDog. Not great. That's what you have to work on. All right, a couple towers going up here to try to defend. I don't love this tower placement because one's not covering the other one, and you can just stay underneath it and destroy one and then destroy the other one. So really terrible. Oh. You didn't see that. Hang on, let me see. I gotta fast forward a little bit. I usually keep the timeline off of the game for that very specific reason. Okay, we're back. Let me get rid of that timeline. Boom. So, yeah, I mean, just very bad tower placement here. Spasmodic is... Yeah, Spasmodic's like a 1400 elo, so like they kind of should know better than that, to be honest. That's like top, like almost top 150. But they were able to fight off these man-at-arms, but they probably should have just done from the beginning. There's only 3 man-at-arms. And in the back, we have BillyDown doing some nice eco, trying to go up to Castle Age. It looks like LaggingDog is trying to get up to trying to fast castle. Needs more farming. Is on the way to castle though, so yeah, a lot of idle TC. You know, definitely got to work on that a little bit, Mr. Dog. But you know, solid plan. The plan's there. Maybe try to build these houses a little bit more on a wall. You could actually put them right up on this like fence, this palisade wall, if you need to. I think I still have too many on stone. I assume you're trying to drop a castle. But we have Castle Age in for Krieger. Krieger is building a second TC right away. Krieger's probably looking at their teammate and feeling like a little bit like they're gonna have to carry this. Which, if you've played on the ranked controller ladder, this happens a lot in 2v2s. Like if you're just matching up with a random person, you'll end up, you know, being much higher or much lower than the person you're playing with a lot. I doubt Krieger is much lower than most players he plays with, considering he's a top 10 player. But you know, it's just part of the game. But one really good play, like I was playing with my buddy Derby Derbs, and we basically got 1v2'd. Like it was a 2v2 on Nomad, but one player basically won the game. The other one just like hung around. And we have castle on the way. So what happened here is Krieger didn't attack and just went fast castle. So this is like a really good fast castle build. So that's how they were able to hit that timing pretty well. I'm not sure exactly what the timing was, but it's probably around like 14 or so, which is about what you want for a fast castle, depending on your civs and you know, anything like that. But adding the second TC, they might add a third TC. Let's see, where's their resources? I don't like the way the teams look necessarily in Capture Age. They have enough for a second TC. We have a castle drop coming in from LaggingDog. This castle drop, it's not a bad location. It's a good, like, kind of starting castle. I would like to see it a little bit closer. But it looks like he canceled it, actually. Hold on. The villagers are coming. Okay. So this is more of a defensive castle to try to get this choke point. I mean, you could definitely wall from here to here and just have this as like your choke point. I kind of like the location of the last castle, especially because you haven't seen any aggression or units from your opponent. But it probably would have been denied because there are crossbow coming out of this range here. Or they're in the range right now. So if he built that, he probably would have just denied it. So good recognition from LaggingDog. Now these are the Jean Swordsman. So Jean Swordsman, the pierce armor is so high. 5 pierce armor on them before upgrades. And we have a 3rd TC coming up from Krieger here. So the Jean Swordsman basically, like, they can not necessarily kill town centers by themselves. If you get enough of them, they can. But they can just kill all the villagers around the town center and take very little losses. And Spasmodic is on the way up to Castle Age right now. Okay, and Krieger sees the LaggingDog castle. I like this castle placement a lot, actually. You know, it would have been nice if it denied these resources, but it was probably too ambitious to put it there. It's probably better to put it right where it is. Now this video, I think this is going to be a long one based on what I watched. I didn't finish the whole game, but I saw some of it. Let me just get to some of it. I'm going to have to take a little bit of a break, but you won't even notice because I'm just going to edit it all together. And this is what you want. These are exactly what you want for an attack. If your opponent is not ready for this, you're dead. So these Jean Swordsmen, I mean, watch these archers. Like, look how little damage they're taking. This is town center fire right now, and they're just killing. They're just killing the town center. They're killing the vills. What I like to do when I play this, when I do this kind of rush, is just do not like on Xbox, not A, it's X. So you attack this, and then as the villagers come out, you attack the villagers too, or have like half of them attack the town center, then half of them attacking the villagers. I mean, it's that's devastating. Yeah, and that's a very, very solid rush there. And I don't know if they knew they were going against the weaker player, but if they did, that's the move. Because if you attacked Krieger, you're dead. You're wasting all your resources, and you're not going to get anywhere. Although Krieger, like, this is like a dream come true for the Shoe. To go up against two civs that are archer civs. Like, that's a dream come true. Like, yeah, you want that so much. At least in Castle Age. The power spike on these Jean Swordsmen are just insane. And I mean, we have 10 villagers alive for green here. Green is in a world of pain. And 6 of them are here working. And you're not going to kill these with your town center. These villagers should have just ran away when they had the chance. In this situation, like, you know, coaching-wise, like, you want to run to your teammates' side and just rebuild. Because running over here does you nothing. You're just going to die. And all these vills are going to die. Yeah, if he just ran over here, yeah, LaggingDog is going to be in trouble. Oh, you don't want to leave 2 villagers behind. Oh, they quit. Oh, okay. Then leave 2 villagers behind. When did they quit? I mean, it makes sense to quit, but I just want to back it up a second. So, okay. So I mean, all these villagers were going to die, so they quit right there. All right, so Spasmodic quits over here. Now we have LaggingDog trying to fight up against this crossbow mass. Now, even though their teammate quit, Krieger, so he's going to still get the bonus. So these archery rangers are going to work faster. You can see these archers coming out faster than normal. They're adding archery ranges. You really do not want to go archery against the Woo, but right now you're going up against LaggingDog. So if you're the ninth player on the ladder, right, and you're going up against 2 players now, you got to beat them both. So what's the strategy? How do you do it? What I've seen top high-level players do is exactly what Krieger's doing right now. Try to take out the weaker player as fast as possible. All right. You know, if you go for the stronger player, the weaker player is just going to be like a little pesky little ant. You know, they're just going to keep like, you know, just like attacking you and just kind of doing little chip damage and just annoying you, right? So, if you can take out the weaker player, you do it. Now, I'm really curious how they're gonna react and how they're gonna handle these Jean swordsmen here. Another town center going up. Fourth town center going up for Krieger. Dude, I love high level like controller players. They just think like they just do things so much more effectively. You know, I was gonna say efficiently, but it's not efficiently. It's effectively. Because they got these town centers up and they just keep making villagers. And it doesn't matter what damage you do. They just make more and more villagers. While at the same time having a whole army and being able to mass it. And these crossbow are going back. But again, this is against Jean swordsmen that are highly resistant to crossbow damage. They have 7 pierce armor, right? So like a crossbow, they're building a castle. A crossbow does 7 damage. So they're doing 1 damage per arrow. As opposed to like 7 damage per arrow or 5 damage per arrow for most other units. And that's really good damage for BillyDowns here. BillyDown sounds like Billy Strings to me. Who's an amazing bluegrass guitar player, if you don't know him. He's like super like young and talented and like cool, you know, he's like a cool guy. But Krieger's getting a little bit overwhelmed here. Got rid of these Woo, these Jean swordsmen. And what you don't want to do if you're team LaggingDog over here is let Krieger just sit back and boom. You want to put the pressure on him. Because if they sit back and boom, it's going to be a problem. And if you're Krieger, you want to just be a top 10 player, basically. You want to be able to boom and attack at the same time. Alright, so they cleared that up. Getting the stone mining upgrade. You don't always see the stone mining upgrade ever. I forget that it even exists most games. I get it sometimes, but I only get it if I'm really like gonna build a lot of castles, or like if I really want to like get the timing down on a castle. So we have 1 castle up in Krieger's base. Really great defensive castle. Prevents anyone coming in from this direction. And red is adding a 4th TC, and they are going to get a nice boom going. They just got handcart. Handcart just like does crazy economy. Now, I don't know if LaggingDog and BillyDowns know each other. I think that they do because I think they played a few games together, so they might be in a chat, able to like talk. And we have a War Chariot out. So War Chariots come out of the Siege Workshop. They're interesting units. They so they do was it 8 damage here? They have high pierce armor. But they have like 2 shooting modes, right? So they have like barrage mode, which just shoots like a barrage of arrows, like 8 arrows at the same time. And they have like targeted fire mode. I don't know how easy it is to change back and forth on controller. I think it's just 1 button, but you have to kind of pay attention to it. They're kind of like Ratha, where they can change from like one to the other. So I don't know if Krieger, how familiar they are with this unit. So this is not barrage mode. This is just the focused fire mode. And I think you want to use barrage mode when you're going against multiple units like this. And great cleanup. We've got the knights coming out from LaggingDog. Yeah, this is not barrage mode. Just does like a shoots like that. So this is focus fire mode. So I'm almost positive barrage mode is like the way you want to use like 90% of the time. I don't think focus fire is as good because I think you still miss the arrows. Maybe if you have ballistics, maybe it's better. So let's see. I mean, this is a 2v1, but I feel pretty good about... Yeah. Look at all these arrows missing. Oh, my goodness. I think there was a bug on these as well, where they were, like, actually missing arrows. And I think that they fixed it, but you definitely want to use barrage mode. When you have multiples, you want to use barrage mode. So we have LaggingDog's knights over here. Now I feel like they're giving Krieger a little bit too much time. I think that you wanna put the pressure on before Krieger can expand. Especially, I think this is a big mistake from Billy here, because you know your teammate is the weaker player. So you know there's zero chance your teammate's gonna be able to hold in a 1v1. So you need to be here helping. And you can see Krieger's score is pretty high. They might not know how good Krieger is. Like, honestly, I didn't really know who Krieger was until I looked him up before this game, because they didn't have a ton of games played. Oh, a nice little mangonel shot though. All right, so we're kind of in a stalemate here. Yeah, BillyDown needs to come over and help like ASAP. This is not a situation that you want to leave your opponent in a 1v1 against a high-level player. Even if you don't know who they are, you can see their score. You know, you saw the town centers when you went in there. You saw the castle. Like, we have siege workshops here. It looks like they're just trying to go to imp and attack. So the woo and the shoe both get traction trebs and not regular trebs. Oh, and there they are. Yeah, traction trebs are really good units. Like, they're not as good at damaging buildings as trebs are, right? So you can't just, like, you know, make 3 or 4 of them and just expect to kill, you know, a castle, right? You have to have, like, you know, a lot of them, but they're so good against other units if they can land their shots. So if you have siege, if you have, like, mangonels or scorpions or something like that, or if you have trebuchets, the traction trebuchets just wreck them. And then if you have a lot of especially slow-moving units, like infantry or archers, something like that, traction trebs can be really good against them. And they're not, like, super slow. Like, they actually have some speed. Yeah, they have movement speed of 0.6, like you're looking at 0.9 for 0.96 for an arbalest. White feather guards are good too. They're kind of like hopped up fire lancers, I think. They don't have like a distance shot, so that's not necessarily true. Oh, these arbalests are just gonna wreck. And these knights, oh my goodness, these knights did 0 damage. This is what I was talking about. You can't let your weaker player go 1v1 here. And we have a Villagers moving over here. That's smart. And the Siege Workshop from the Woo. A lot of Siege Workshops. Maybe Scorpions? I don't know what the... what did the Woo have for Scorpions? They got Heavy Scorpion, okay. So maybe you could do Heavy Scorpion. I don't love Heavy Scorpions against Attraction Trebs. Yeah, man, LaggingDog is going down fast. LaggingDog right now down to 49 villagers. And I think this is honestly BillyDown just didn't have the timing. I mean, just making so much of the Siege Workshop. These Siege Workshops are fine, but they probably should have just been over here. They probably just needed to move forward. Just send, you know, 6 to 8 villagers forward and just build everything you need to do on this side, so that you're not just protecting your base, protecting your teammates' base. And nice forward castle coming in for Krieger, and Krieger has killed a lot of LaggingDog's units, and he's just rolling in here. So Heavy Scorpions are coming out. I don't know if Heavy Scorpions are honestly the best units with the Traction Treb. I mean, if you can clear the Traction Trebs, like these are the Haewong Cavalry. If you can clear the Traction Trebs, you'll be good, but I mean, right now the production's going down. There's not a Scorpion mass yet. Yeah, I see how fast those go down. I don't know if that was the arbalest or if that was the Traction Trebs. And the Scorpion, they don't do a lot of damage to the Traction Trebs either. And we have some villagers moving forward. The Haewong Cavalry are good, but there's just too many arbalests. And the arbalest can kill them. So the Haewong, basically you need to get a big mass. And unfortunately, now it's kind of a 1v1 because yellow has to completely rebuild. So it's going to be a 1v1 until yellow can rebuild. 3 castles going up here. Talk about panic castles. That is a cluster of panic. That's a panic cluster right there. Panic castle cluster. That's what I gotta call this game. Panic castle cluster. LaggingDog. It's got that dog in them. I don't know. I'll figure out the title later. Alright. I mean, if you can get the mass and you can protect this area, you'll be good. Another little castle cluster going on over here, too. And a castle on this side. Another castle cluster. A lot of castle clusters going on. It's a fun word to say. Try saying it. Scorpions and the heavy. I mean, it's a good comp. I don't think there's anything wrong with this comp. Maybe you want to have... LaggingDog needs to rebuild, and they need to make maybe skirmishers. Or maybe... There's a lot of... Gonna be... Like, they know about some of these castles already. And if this castle cluster situation, I don't know, like you could raid, I guess, with like Hussar maybe. But LaggingDog is down to 36 vills. Krieger's only at 112, so it's not like that insane. This castle is like perfect timing, though. There's a lot of heavy scorpions. Attraction Trebs honestly can like absolutely destroy like 10 scorpions with one volley from them. So it's not a bad comp because the scorpions are really good against the arbalest. You have a meat shield with the Haewong. Haewong can possibly snipe. Ooh, Liu Bei. Liu Bei is like Like the hero for the shoe. Oh, these arbalests are just wrecking. And if these traction trebs can land shots on these heavy scorpions, that's a lot of heavy scorpions. Oh, and they're under castle fire. Dude, these are getting wrecked. I mean, he just lost like 25 heavy scorpions. And that's expensive too. There's no trade going on, I don't think. No, there's no trade going on, so you really don't want to take that much gold damage without doing a lot of gold damage. And these traction trebs are like so well protected here. The scorpions can't really get close enough. There's some traction trebs for red coming out too. And there's siege engineers on these traction trebs too. But there you go. That's the clear if you want with the Haywongs. Now we have hussars. Yeah, you can't. I mean, affording Haywong and heavy scorpion and traction trebs is just going to be too much. Traction trebs should be able to clear up these blue traction trebs that are left though. Oh, they're kind of weak. Though they are moving though. That's the benefit of them. Super micro intensive army for Krieger. I mean, to do that on a controller is super solid. And man, that's some nice killing there. Krieger has 44 kills and 23 deaths. That's the comp you want, though. The traction trebs and the heavy scorps are good. I think you don't need the heavy scorpions anymore. Probably better off with, like, skirmishers. And then over here, there's a red castle that found this gold. And the blue villagers are attacking the red castle. I guess that's one way to play the game. Look at these castles from blue. Jeez. Talk about castle clusters. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 castles from blue. 11 castles. I don't know. That castle's probably not going to come up, but 11 castles is insane. And yeah, I think just BillyDown doesn't really know how to attack this. We have the White Feather Guard. White Feather Guard, again, very good. I don't know if you want to run into scorpions with them, but... Now this castle has to go down, and the BillyDown is doing a really good job of killing the traction trebs for Krieger here. So I don't know if it's going to go down. We have markets being built over here by like 30,000 villagers. You really want those markets up. And what's LaggingDog doing right now? So LaggingDog still has a town center here. I guess Blue just hasn't spotted it yet. We have... I don't love this production all the way in the back. Taking a while to get there. LaggingDog has a little bit of base here. They built markets over here, so that's very solid. Oh, Blue just noticed this town center. They're going to build a castle on it. Take care of that. I like that play. Once this castle goes down, though, there's going to be not a lot of resistance, I feel, from BillyDowns. BillyDown's trying to snipe one of these traction traps. Got one. What's the resources looking like? BillyDown's tons of food for LaggingDog. KKrieger's doing a pretty good job of spending their resources, it looks like, but they have a lot of resources still. So right now resources are fine. I think what's going to happen though is KKrieger's going to run out of gold, and they have no one to trade with. Green's towers are actually shooting at Red's villagers over here. You gotta just go ahead and rush these towers down, save these villagers. But a lot to think about. But LaggingDog's still not in the fight. LaggingDog needs to get something going here. They're making stables back here. Like, I think once LaggingDog can kind of help, it could change things. But oh man, I would be so frustrated if I was BillyDowns here. Like you killed one player completely, and then you just tried to hold, and you're just playing a 1v1 against a better player because your teammate got wrecked. But what was this is a castle. What's going on here? LaggingDog, you did not do this. So LaggingDog walled in Blue's castle here somehow. That's really funny. That's actually hilarious. But it was really, if BillyDowns just like built this forward base just a little more forward over here when they had time, that would have made all the difference in the world. But I mean, it's really heads-up plays from KKrieger though. Even I love this, just like walling this off too, make life a little easier so you don't get raided on this side. Probably should do the same thing on this side. And markets are up. I don't see any trade cards yet. And the arbalests are in. They've gotten 153 kills. This is like something I've seen a lot. It's just these high level players and their control of crossbow arbalest is just insane. They just get these balls and they never die. Oh, this could be a nice little sandwich here. Probably gonna lose a lot of hussars, but this is a really nice. This is what you want. This is what you want if you're red. Got the full surround, and these arbalests are going down. There's 13 left, 10 left. Just clear that up. Get that out your game. There you go. That was good. That was good. I mean, I think maybe KKrieger got a little in front of their skis on that a little bit. You know, I think they had to do some damage, and they did. 92 vills now for LaggingDog. Only 85 from KKrieger though. Did KKrieger delete vills maybe, or did they take losses? I don't see where they could have really taken any vill losses. So I'm guessing they deleted them because there wasn't really any raids coming in. This is hilarious though. And we have another castle coming up. This is hilarious. LaggingDog, you're funny. And Red's coming over here. Is LaggingDog making any army yet? Negative. Alright, we're kind of at a stalemate here. Not sure what this castle's doing. I'm guessing KKrieger just had the stone and said, put up another castle. I'm sure they were... This is like one of those things that they're just getting frustrated by LaggingDog over here, and they just want to deal with this. So they're going to try to... I guess they're going to shoot these walls down with the castle and then build that castle and take out that town center. I guess that's the play. Seems like a lot of steps. Seems like a lot of steps to take out a town center that you can take out with like 10 units. But... easier said than done. As I criticize the guy going 1v2 and dominating. And this castle cluster up here. That's tricky. Okay, we're gonna have a hussar raid coming in from BillyDown's. BillyDown is housed. That's not good. I don't think they're at max pop. Maybe they are. No, they're not at max pop, but they're like 180 or something. So they just need to build a couple more houses. They probably had a couple these castles probably went down and kind of caught them off guard, maybe. Yep, these villagers are attacking there. This is so funny. This castle needs to at least shoot at these walls. That's so funny to me. That's just LaggingDog. That's what you gotta do when you basically die early. Like, you just have to be a pest. Like, let your teammate cook. You know, just support your teammate the best you can. Even though BillyDown didn't quite support their teammate the best they could, but we're gonna forget about that. That was earlier, you know. All right, so we're at an hour, 11 minutes. I don't think this game's gonna end yet. This is another break for me. Hold on. All right, I took a tiny little break here. I'm actually back. This is a couple hours later for me, but same time for you. So I picked up the same moment here. We have KKrieger pushing the north here, so they're getting raided by BillyDown in their base. LaggingDog is starting to mass up some light cav, I believe these are. Red's kind of taking over this side of the map. There are stables here, though. So KKrieger's in a very difficult position because they're pushing Red's base here, but they can be pushed from the other side. This castle still never got built, which is hilarious. There's still villagers garrisoned inside of here, which is hilarious. Only 68 vills from LaggingDogs. They might want to actually ungarrison this to work a little bit. That's so funny that this never got built. It's just so much to focus on. Now, if you're Red still has 127 villagers, so they moved them mostly back here. So this base has been there's still some villagers working. There's about, if you get in here, there's about 20 villagers you can kill. I think at this point, it's for blue, the win condition is you have to do a land grab, right? You have to just keep expanding. You have to take over the area with buildings. Production buildings. But I think the issue they're going to have is gold. I don't know how much access to gold they have. And these hussars should clear up all these traction trebs. They'll probably these might die to the castle fire and to the arbalest, but okay, pulls them back. And these are heavy hangwans and hussars, so there's both of them there. Now, blue has to kind of pay attention to this side of their base because they're going to be raided. LaggingDog is in a position where they can at least raid with the light cav. Looks like they're coming over here to see if they can figure out where to go. The trade was set up, but they're not trading yet. But I think that's going to be the issue, though. There's not a lot of gold left on this map. There is gold here for blue to take. There was gold here. There's none left. And I think that they should have a couple of relics, probably. But the name of the game here for blue is you have to expand your land, right? These villagers need to just build production buildings here so that red can't build their production buildings there. And then it makes it a lot easier to push into this TC. You know, a lot easier said than done. So many castles for blue. Look at the mini map. Like, look at this whole map. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 castles for blue right now. So I don't know how much more castles they can build, but more castles forward would be very, very nice. But at this point, LaggingDog is over here, taking out some of these stables. And we'll probably be able to raid shortly. And red is going around those castles. They're just going to find more castles here and more fortified walls here. There's a little bit of a gap on this side, it looks like. Yeah, a little bit of a gap there. And the production is mostly in like the interior of Krieger's base, which I mean, they have to walk a long way to get there, right? You need to focus your attack on red, I think, in the north. But this is going to get really annoying, though, because once these light cav can move in, you know, they could maybe take out some buildings, maybe get into the economy. It's just going to be one more thing to kind of focus on. And that's the difference, is LaggingDog stayed in the game, even though their base was basically destroyed. And their teammate, Spasmodic, just ran away. Still has 2 villagers here, but they quit a long time ago. And this is an amazing comp. But this is an amazing comp for BillyDown. Oh man, look at these. So these guys, the White Feather Guard, they get a bonus against Cav. They have a +8 bonus against Cav. So they're basically like, not quite Halberdier, but like somewhere between like Pikemen and Spearmen, I think, in terms of their bonus. So you really don't want to go Cav against them. It's not an effective trade, and what a clear up. Jeez, I don't even know how many units that blue lost here. That was insane. And they have their hero, the Liu Bei. I actually want to look that up real quick. The Liu Bei. It heals all nearby units. So all these units are getting healed up by the hero in there. So really clever to add that in there. And this forward production mostly taken out by LaggingDog. LaggingDog. Oh, we got a relic coming in for red here. But in my opinion, red focusing on relics is not the move. I think red needs to figure out what to make to kill these units here. Oh boy. And I'm thinking that he just clicked this corner just to see what's over here. But you don't want to separate your units too much. Yeah, the issue that Krieger has here, the difficulty, is it's a 1v2, so you're going to run out of gold. You can't trade. You know, maybe you have a couple of relics. I'm not even sure if he has any relics. I'm not sure where to find that. Yeah, I guess we could just look to see if his gold is going up here. Yeah, his gold's clicking up about 1 or 2 relics worth. So we get a little trickle of gold, but that's a very gold-intensive army. And these guys are not going to survive. And the heavy Haewon cavalry, again, they're hard countered. They're countered, I should say, by the White Feather Guard. But they have gold. They have a gold income, whereas Krieger doesn't have a lot of gold income. But Krieger's making their moves. The only thing that they really need to do now is just expand some buildings over here. You know, even if you just build some stables here and send some light cav over here, or hussar. But I mean, this is a great comp for Krieger. It's very gold intensive, and how long can you make it? And the raids are coming in the back here. We're at the hour 25-minute mark. And red is replenishing their lost villagers. And now yellow's coming back to help with this fight. Try to clear it up. And it's just light cav, but there's 31 of them. So if they attack, ooh, but they're not coordinated. They're not coordinated. Yeah, you don't want to send the light cav in. And I mean, the ability to micro here for Krieger is pretty awesome. But this red feather guard is just so good. I mean, light cav is just not even tickling him. And he still has, yeah, he still has his hero that's healing everybody. I want to say there's no way that Krieger wins this fight, but with the micro on the arbalest, he's actually winning this fight. So the meat shield just lasted long enough to get the arbalest back to safety. But this is where having some forward buildings here would really, really, really be helpful. You know, just send, 4 villagers here to build some stables. White feather guard coming down here. They have pretty good pierce armor. I don't think they have quite enough pierce armor to hang out underneath castles, but let's see. I like Krieger just staying on the attack, though. He's not giving them a second to breathe, a second to think. Just when's Krieger going to run out of gold? 400 gold in the bank right now. And just a couple of relics, probably. There's a monastery here. I don't know where the other monastery is. Where's the other monastery? Oh, is that a monastery? That's a market. So the monastery is, oh, there's another one here. So just one relic. One relic for gold income. Oh, the onager cut. Finally, this castle gets completed. And the onager cut here, we have champions. Champions are a good unit. Are a good unit for red to go into. Champions will counter the white feather guards much better than the cav will. The cav is just countered by them. But with the arbalest there, arbalest can kill these champions. But I mean, champions are not like terrible against arbalest. They have a lot of pierce armor as well. They have 5 pierce armor, pretty high HP, but this is a sick comp. Just an absolutely sick comp. But no siege behind it, so they're just relying on the white feather guard to be able to take out this castle. And LaggingDog is trying to make some moves over here. It's tough. I mean, it's such a tough base to push. There's 15 castles or so. 14 castles. This castle will go down. I mean, the white feather guard's good, but again, you don't want to take too many losses when you don't have gold income. 170 gold right now. And the castle goes down. That's a dead castle right there. And this TC can go down. But there's still a lot of area to expand over here. Town center going up. We have some stables going up. I think LaggingDog is doing the right thing. I think they're going to need more than just light cav, though. This castle has 7,000 HP. I mean, it's fully upgraded. And it has, obviously it has... the brain doesn't work. The thing that shoots the thing from the castles. Wow, my brain actually doesn't work right now. Oh my god, I can't believe my brain doesn't work. Murder holes. There we go. Murder holes. I get it like every game I have multiple castles and I can't remember what it's called. Murder holes. All right, this onager can cut through here to get to yellow, and yellow is moving. This is LaggingDog. LaggingDog sees what's happening. knows that they're not going to survive this very long. Man, how does Team Lagging Dog? How do they beat this back? The only thing, Blue, they're still missing these forward buildings. They need to build something just to take this land. Come over here, build something. Just needed some villagers to move forward and take some land there. Because if this does die, then you're kind of back to square one. But we have the heavy hay Huangs, which are not the right units. I don't think that BillyDown necessarily knows that the White Feather Guard have a bonus against Cav. It's not something that you're going to run into very often. Guys, PSA, if you're still watching this video, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I'm putting out more and more videos all the time. I'm trying to do, 2, 3, 4, 5 a week. All controller-based. Okay, this is smart. The Haywon, they might all die, but if he can kill some or all of these arbalests. 35 arbalests, let's see what they end up with. And Yellow tried to put a house foundation there. And what a choke point. What a choke point. But these arbalests are going to go down. There's only 15 left. They're not going to go. Wow, that is crazy, crazy unit control. And if you're BillyDown, you're thinking, what do I do to stop this? This is insanity. But I mean, it went from 35 to 12, so I mean that's what you want. I'm gonna go for this castle. No siege behind this. I mean, the siege would probably be picked off by the Haywon cavalry, so I totally get it. And Lagging Dog is sending BillyDown all their resources. Yeah, Lagging Dog, good foresight from Lagging Dog to get out of there though, because they would have been. I mean, they would have lost everything here for sure. And these units are out of position, but they don't get punished for it. I mean, the difference is gold, right? 70 gold for Krieger, 1,700 for Billy right now. And these dinky little palisade walls are actually protecting these arbalests. There's some light cav coming in. Just sending more heavy Haywong into the meat grinder here. But I think eventually they're gonna wear him down. 19 arbalests. Yeah, I think these arbalests are gonna go down. And I mean that's Krieger's army right there. Krieger has more here. Lagging Dog. This is an MVP move right here. I'm just building palisade walls, but like, that's good. Like, that's good enough right now. Just block this hole with something. I love it. I absolutely love the palisade walls there. And then they get deleted. Perfect. So that their teammate can go through. And I mean, basically half of the map is taken by Krieger here. Krieger is selling food for gold. They sold 3,000, 3,500 food. So, I mean, that's the issue. Krieger's sitting on 3,000 food and 2,000 wood, but very little else. I'd love just to see them, like I said, just expanding, just buildings here. It's so tough. Like, they're microing so much, so intensive this game. Or even over here. A forward castle from Krieger here would be devastating. Like one castle right here, and they have the stone for it. And they kill the army, but I mean, how do you push this many castles? You know, they're gonna need to make some siege if they're gonna try to push through here. And I think that they're trying to just wear down Krieger, and Krieger I think is wearing them down. the trade is good. I'd love to see them delete one of, like, these 3 markets are just in the way. But again, something extra to think about here. And I mean, the comp is back. The comp is back. 33 elite white feathers. I think the white feathers are also stronger, like, together. It's one of the castle techs. The yeah, white feather guards gain additional HP when near each other. So this, they have 100 HP. I'm trying to find one that's like by itself, see how much HP it has. Also might not show that in Capture It, because that might be like a weird little thing. They also might not have that, actually, now that I think about it. I don't know if there's a way to see in Capture Age if they have the tech or not. You can see in researching it, but I don't think it shows like, later on what it is. It's probably a pretty expensive tech, but with this many white feather guards, definitely worth it. Red's trying to raid over here. All they find is this castle. Blue is trying to put some stone walls here. I actually don't. I mean, I would love to see him try to castle drop, but Red's paying attention on this side as well. Blue moving forward with this killer comp. I think. I mean, the Hui Wong, they're very strong. They're very good, but they're getting countered. So like, I think they need something else with them. Like honestly, skirmishers, like elite skirm, would be probably the best thing you could make if you're lagging dog to help with this, and then just try to target the arbalests. And they'll still get, you know, kind of wrecked, but you'll at least kill some arbalests like while you're fighting. And we have some more heavy scorpions. Heavy scorpions now actually aren't bad. If you have the heavy scorpions and the Hei Wongs, that's actually not a bad comp. Again, very gold intensive though. And we have some white feather guards moving in from this angle. Ooh, that's a lot of lagging dogs vills, down to 16 vills, or no, 87 vills, 16 military. But these vills are running for their lives and they got nowhere to go. But light cav coming in. Great reboom for lagging dog. Get back up to 80 plus, 90 vills. Let's see what the scorpions do against the white feather. Not. I mean, if you have enough numbers, you're fine. Yeah, I think the scorpions are going to be a real big problem for Krieger here. I think Krieger eventually would be able to kill all the Hui Hongs with the white feathers and the arbalests, but the scorpions add something. Even this one scorpion, let's see what it does to these. Yeah, and just one, that's one scorpion, and that one scorpion is able to damage every single arbalest here. But unit control obviously goes in the favor of Krieger here. Krieger has really, really good unit control. Like, I mean, these guys are just running right past. He's trying to get like in front of them so that the scorpions can attack from the back. And I mean, that's a good comp right there. That's a good comp because even the white feather guard will go down to the scorpions. But I mean, amazing. Just way to keep these arbalests alive, Krieger. Just very, very impressive. And running back. Yeah, see, like having like just another. I know it's like hard to say, but like having another forward castle. Krieger has the stone for it, 800 stone. Another forward castle like in this area would have been so clutch. Just somehow expanding onto their base. Yeah, I don't think they have an answer for the scorpions. Arbalests are definitely not the answer for the scorpions. I'm surprised it took them so long to add scorpions in. I guess that they were just kind of overwhelmed because they had heavy scorpion early. Remember, they built all these siege workshops over here. But they stabilized with the heavy hay wongs and then added the scorpions. But I don't know if they know about this They know about this castle, yeah, because LaggingDog was over here fighting the castle. They walled the whole thing in, which was hilarious. I think LaggingDog's villagers are like the MVP for his team. These light cav are not doing anything. Do Slavs not get Hussar? Or is LaggingDog just not getting Hussar? Cavalry. Yeah, they get Hussar, I think. And it's kind of a bit of a stalemate right now. I don't know how you can push that many heavy scorpions. And then the longer you wait to push, not only the more scorpions that he gets, but the more gold he gets to build more. And you're relying on the market and one relic. But they still have to kill you. I don't know how long this game's going to go on, but I don't see either team really being able to make much progress. I mean, I think obviously the team with 2 players should win this. Okay, now we have a couple of onagers. These onagers are going to go out of position. Great unit control, man. Krieger has some of the best micro I've seen on a controller. Krieger, honestly, is really, really impressive. I've not seen him play very much. These onagers are getting targeted by the Huiwongs. Huiwongs are going down. But the scorpions are going to do some work. And there's just too many scorpions. It's too tight of a choke point. Super tough to push it. The onagers need to do a lot of damage. Krieger's selling 1,000 food for 170 gold. I mean, that's just not a... Someone offers you that trade, don't take it. And on this side, we have some traction trebs and scorpions and Huiwongs on this side, too. But that's going to allow Krieger to push through here. I think they're just trying to find another point to push through. They got to get... Basically, they got to get to the food economy. Another castle going up here. You must know he's not trading. So, like, where's he getting gold? It's got to be from the market. So once you get into his food economy, that should slow him down. But pushing here allows you to get pushed here. So you have to just assume you're going to lose all of this, which means you could lose your trade, which could be a problem. But this push is going to be something eventually Krieger's going to have to deal with, and I don't think that they can. Traction trebs, heavy scorpions, and this is what was missing, was the siege. So once the siege is here, and I'd love to see Krieger just bring some villagers here. Bring some villagers here, build some buildings, just take over this land. You know, even like honestly, a villager over here, they never even know about this. A villager over here to build one tower or a wall in this, like it would probably go unnoticed. You know, it's so tough to think about that in the moment, but and they've probably never explored that corner, so they don't know. But you must assume that they're trading. Getting into the trade. So all right. So White Feather Guard. Not too many arbalests here. Actually, no arbalests here. They've given up on arbalests for onagers instead, which is very smart. But there's no way they can stop this push, I don't think. Trying to wall it off. But that's like most of your food economy has been there. So he's setting up his food economy on this side now. And your wood economy was over there. So you're going to have to move your wood economy. Which has some set up over here, but that's not going to be long before that gets pushed. And Krieger's in here, but they're about to lose. Yeah, they're losing everything to the Scorpions' castles. They're just trying to make a final push here. I think this is going to be GG. Yeah, I mean, it's just, there's no way. LaggingDog did a great job of getting back in this game, I gotta say. And at the same time, BillyDown did a great job of holding. Krieger is just not ready to give up. They have just no answer for the Scorpions is the issue. I feel like they could fight all day against the heavy Haywongs. They could fight all day against the light cat, even the traction trebs. But with the Scorpions in the mix, I think it's an impossible fight. And we got the onagers trying to cut through another hole over here. And the onagers are in, but what's the follow-up from there? Because you're losing everything over here. This is where the army is. Okay, so the only army that Krieger has is just this white feather. Too many heavy scorps there. Just too many heavy scorps. More light cav coming in from LaggingDog. Another castle going down from the traction trebs. And I think once this army breaks through here, I mean, it's already GG at this point. I think Krieger is griefing a little bit right now. I think Krieger doesn't want to believe that they're going to lose this game. Because they were so dominant 1v2 for so long. I mean, just super impressive. More white feather guard being made up in the north. The issue again is just the gold here. They just keep selling food, but they're sitting on 2,400 food, so they have the food to sell for now. But you're selling, 1,000 food for like 30 gold. Krieger's buying stone. Build another town center. One of the ways you get this good, though, is by not giving up until, like, the opponent makes you give up. Like, not to grief until, the very end, like when you have, one villager in each corner or something stupid, but just keep fighting until, like, okay, I have, 1,000 resources of something or more. Just keep fighting until you can't build anything, until you're done. And we have light cap. I would have liked to see light cap earlier from Krieger. I think light cap would have been a really good, like, raiding unit earlier. Like up here, this is unprotected. right? You know, I mean, there's holes between these houses. Even if there wasn't holes, you could, you know, take one house out, get into the trade. That causes a lot of problems, causes a reaction. The light cab are going to try to get the traction trebs, but I think the scorpions are going to, they see it, yep. And scorpions are going to try to kill all these light cab before they get the traction trebs. And the light cab are responding as well. Yes, not a single traction treb goes down. White feather guard here. White feather guard's gonna get wrecked by the heavy scorpions. Heavy scorpions definitely the unit that Billy Down's needed. And the traction trebs are still taking out some of these production buildings. There's a hole in the wall. These white feather guard are insane, though. They just killed every one of those scorpions. They're just so expensive, but I mean, they're an insane unit. You can afford them. Krieger's eco balance, I haven't really mentioned it, is like amazing. It's so many on food and using the market to get the gold. They have 79 on food. Like, they're just very, very perfectly balanced. Make what they gotta make. And he still held it. Somehow he still held it. Actually pushed that all back. Oh, man. Billy and LaggingDog have to be so frustrated right now that they have not been able to win this game. I can only imagine what they're feeling. They're looking at the top. They're looking at their timer. It's like 2 hour mark has come and gone. You keep fighting them back. These raids are coming in. And this is a very good raid. This is going to be very tough to stop. Krieger's down to 84 vills, 82 vills. And these heavy Haywongs are killing a lot. And Krieger, actually, this white feather was doing work, but holding back. Heavy Haywong, 3 hits, kills a vill. And we got the Scorpion Ball back. We got the Heavy Haywong Ball back. We got the Traction Trebs back. We got the LaggingDog support. But Krieger down to 80 villagers. 80 villagers versus 200 villagers on the other side right now. And 48 army versus 130-ish. But held his base here. Lost this base, getting pushed back, taking some damage. These traction trebs are gonna take out this castle. And he rebuilt this wall. Dude, Krieger has no quit. No quit, Krieger. Krieger's like, I will never quit this game under any circumstance. I thought that was GG, and to be fair, it is GG. But Krieger is not accepting that. Krieger's like, I got 1 relic. I can sell food. What else do you need to do? This castle's going down. So this castle, this entire base, there was another castle over here, all went down. And the smart thing that Billy and LaggingDog did was they set the tempo to fight on this side. Because Krieger wanted to push and fight on the other side. And they said, nope, we're fighting on this side. If you want to lose your entire base, go fight on the other side. Hey, Hussar finally in. Been like clicking on Hussar at the 2 hour mark. Good job, LaggingDog. I love it. On the 2 hour mark after you've already made about 300 light cap this game. now Krieger's going to know it's GG, right? Krieger running the Bills. We got the Hussar, we got the Heavy Hay Wong raid in. And that's the GG. That's the GG. Oh, that was an insane game. Great game. I mean, honestly, both teams, you know, I know it was a 2v1, but, you know, Krieger is a top 10 player for a reason, right? LaggingDog, they made 720 Hussars, you know, the / light cav, right? 795 elite white feather guards. That is insane. 211 arbalest. That is insane. That is just, I've never seen. I never thought I would see that amount of white feather guard in one game. All right, 1-on-2. Krieger, 1,659 kills, 1,300 deaths. Their teammate quit in the first, 15 minutes. That is insane. Economy. Krieger had 82,000 wood, 138,000 food. Only reason that Billy had more was from the trade. 41,000 trade gold. 41,000 trade gold. I mean, that's the difference maker right there. That is the difference maker. BillyDown sold 18,000 resources to try to get the gold. I mean, just insane. Just absolutely insane. LaggingDog sent 18,000 resources to Billy, which was nice. LaggingDog, I've never... LaggingDog, imp, 2 hours, 2 minutes. I mean, that's better late than never, I always say. Castle time, 60. This has to be like the greatest range from castle time to imp time I think I've ever seen. 60-minute castle time, solid castle time. 2 hour, 2 minute imp time. Absolutely insane. What an incredible game. That's all I have to say. The Spasmatic was basically dead before that, but at 25 minutes they were dead. 25 minutes is when they quit. And Krieger was just able to play on for this entire game. APM for Krieger, I can tell you, is going to be insane at times. 83. This is all probably microing the arbalests. Just arbalest microing. Absolute insanity. What a great game. All right, I'm gonna call it there. If you're made it this far, you definitely need to be subscribed, okay? Because that's insane to watch this long and not to be subscribed. But I'm gonna bring you more games. Peace out. See ya.